Unlocking the Past, Designing the Future. Brought to you by the Curiosity Archive. Welcome to Wisdom Hub, Japan. I'm Shiori, your librarian and guide. I hope you're all doing wonderful today. Once again, we're going to peel back the layers of a familiar concept and discover how its hidden wisdom can reshape the way we live.
Greetings, listeners. This is Sakunoshin, the Cyber Samurai. I trust you're all doing well?
Everyone, can you hear it? The faint, delicate rustle of paper against the silence. Here in my hands, an ancient leather-bound tome has quietly surrendered its pages. I know every word within this library's vast collection, yet it is only when a book is opened like this that a new story truly begins to breathe for all of you. The scent of ink, old parchment, and a hint of dust drifts through this darkened archive. Close your eyes. Let your consciousness sink into this space of wisdom. Tonight, I shall guide you into the world of a certain word, one that illuminates the hidden complexities of human relationships and the agonizing weight of the choices we face in life. I am your host, Shiori, the librarian and keeper of knowledge, and joining me on this journey of dialogue is...
I trust you are all in good health. I am Sakunoshin, the cyber samurai charged with the peace and security of Neo-Edo. Tonight, as always, the state-of-the-art cyber katana at my hip hums with a low drive sound, glowing with a pale blue light. The words Lady Shiori weaves and the wisdom of the ancestors rising from these books are no mere facts. To a warrior, they are the very essence of a life lived. They are our flesh and blood. No matter how difficult the challenge written in these pages, I shall meet it head-on with my cyber blade and this burning soul that never wavers from its path.
Your unwavering passion is as dependable as ever, Sakunoshin-sama. Even my own intellectual curiosity is a bit piqued. Now, Sakunoshin-sama, and to all of you listening, have you ever faced a decision so painful it made your chest tighten? A situation where, no matter which path you choose, someone gets hurt or something precious is sacrificed. If you go right, you are blamed by those on the left. If you go left, you disappoint those on the right. It is a pincer attack of the soul, as if an invisible blade were pressed against your very throat.
No, that is exactly like being caught in a desperate encirclement on the battlefield, or the karma of a samurai torn between loyalty to his lord and affection for a dear friend. Just thinking of it makes my palms sweat against the hilt of my sword.
Precisely. When people find themselves in such a bind, they often take a deep breath and whisper a certain phrase to themselves. The proverb I wish to introduce today is one that captures this fundamental human struggle. Achira Tatereba, Kochira Tatanu. In English, we might say, to please one is to displease the other, or perhaps, you can't satisfy both sides. Even in my usually composed voice, I feel a quiet sigh escaping, a surrender to the stubborn reality this phrase describes.
No, that is exactly like being caught in a desperate encirclement on the battlefield, or the karma of a samurai torn between loyalty to his lord and affection for a dear friend. Just thinking of it makes my palms sweat against the hilt of my sword.
Precisely. When people find themselves in such a bind, they often take a deep breath and whisper a certain phrase to themselves. The proverb I wish to introduce today is one that captures this fundamental human struggle. Achira Tatereba, Kochira Tatanu. In English, we might say, to please one is to displease the other, or perhaps, you can't satisfy both sides. Even in my usually composed voice, I feel a quiet sigh escaping, a surrender to the stubborn reality this phrase describes.
No, that is exactly like being caught in a desperate encirclement on the battlefield, or the karma of a samurai torn between loyalty to his lord and affection for a dear friend. Just thinking of it makes my palms sweat against the hilt of my sword.
Precisely. When people find themselves in such a bind, they often take a deep breath and whisper a certain phrase to themselves. The proverb I wish to introduce today is one that captures this fundamental human struggle. Achira Tatereba, Kochira ga Tatanu. In English, we might say, to please one is to displease the other, or perhaps, you can't satisfy both sides. Even in my usually composed voice, I feel a quiet sigh escaping, a surrender to the stubborn reality this phrase describes.
No, that is exactly like being caught in a desperate encirclement on the battlefield, or the karma of a samurai torn between loyalty to his lord and affection for a dear friend. Just thinking of it makes my palms sweat against the hilt of my sword.
Precisely. When people find themselves in such a bind, they often take a deep breath and whisper a certain phrase to themselves. The proverb I wish to introduce today is one that captures this fundamental human struggle. Achira Tatereba, Kochira ga Tatanu. In English, we might say, to please one is to displease the other, or perhaps, you can't satisfy both sides. Even in my usually composed voice, I feel a quiet sigh escaping, a surrender to the stubborn reality this phrase describes.
No. That is exactly like being fastened between rivals on a battlefield, or the karma of a samurai torn between loyalty to his lord and affection for a dear friend. Just thinking of it makes my palms sweat against the hilt of my sword.
Precisely. When people find themselves in such a bind, they often take a deep breath and whisper a certain phrase to themselves. The proverb I wish to introduce today is one that captures this fundamental human struggle. Achira Tatereba, Kochira ga Tatanu. In English, we might say, to please one is to displease the other, or perhaps, you can't satisfy both sides. Even in my usually composed voice, I feel a quiet sigh escaping, a surrender to the stubborn reality this phrase describes.
No. That is exactly like being fastened between rivals on a battlefield, or the karma of a samurai torn between loyalty to his lord and affection for a dear friend. Just thinking of it makes my palms sweat against the hilt of my sword.
Precisely. When people find themselves in such a bind, they often take a deep breath and whisper a certain phrase to themselves. The proverb I wish to introduce today is one that captures this fundamental human struggle. Achira Tatereba, Kochira ga Tatanu. In English, we might say, to please one is to displease the other, or perhaps, you can't satisfy both sides. Even in my usually composed voice, I feel a quiet sigh escaping, a surrender to the stubborn reality this phrase describes.
No. That is exactly like being fastened between rivals on a battlefield, or the karma of a samurai torn between loyalty to his lord and affection for a dear friend. Just thinking of it makes my palms sweat against the hilt of my sword.
Precisely. When people find themselves in such a bind, they often take a deep breath and whisper a certain phrase to themselves. The proverb I wish to introduce today is one that captures this fundamental human struggle. Achira Tatereba, Kochira ga Tatanu. In English, we might say, to please one is to displease the other, or perhaps you can't satisfy both sides. Even in my usually composed voice, I feel a quiet sigh escaping, a surrender to the stubborn reality this phrase describes.
The word tateru, this standing up, means to save someone's face, to show respect, or to allow a situation to proceed smoothly. In our tradition, saving face has always been the vital lubricant that keeps the gears of social harmony turning.
Indeed. In the world of the samurai, honor is heavier than life itself. But the battlefield of reality is never as beautiful as the military manuals claim. Imagine the streets of Neo-Edo, I am given an absolute order by my superior for strict enforcement. Yet I hear the piteous pleas of the commoners living hand to mouth, asking me to overlook a small infraction just so they can survive the day. Standing between them, I feel as if I am being burned in the fires of this proverb. If I follow the law and arrest them, I am cursed as a heartless demon. If I protect the people, I am ordered to commit seppuku for failing my duty as a samurai. No matter what I choose, invisible blood will be spilled. I see. Even behind the peaceful facade of the modern city, everyone carries a bloody battlefield within their hearts. Now, let us turn to a deeper page of this book. While this proverb feels so universal today, its history reveals a fascinating truth. In fact, in records and literature prior to the Edo period, this exact phrasing, Achira Tatereba, Kochira ga Tatanu, is almost nowhere to be found.
What? Are you saying this was not a golden maxim from the height of the Edo era?
That's right. Of course, there were many stories in kabuki and puppet theater about the agony of being torn between duty and compassion. But as a polished, set phrase used by the common people, it didn't truly take hold until much later. It began appearing frequently as Japan was hit by the waves of modernization during the Meiji and Taisho eras.
The waves of modernization, the era when the fortress of the rigid class system crumbled and people of all walks of life were thrown together. A chaotic time smelling of Western steam engines and old wooden architecture.
Exactly. As human relationships and social structures became rapidly more complex, people struggled more than ever to balance conflicting interests. By the year 1914, the proverb was so well known that the famous architect and satirist Chuta Ito used it in a cartoon.
A satirical drawing? What did it show?
It depicted the King of Romania during the early sparks of World War I. Imagine the canvas. On the right, a powerful pro-German man is pulling the king's arm with all his might. On the left, a pro-Russian giant is violently yanking the other arm. With his body about to be torn in two, the king's face is contorted in a cold sweat of desperation. Ito used this proverb to describe that tragic yet absurd situation where the survival of a nation hung in the balance.
From the small squabbles of individuals to the power struggles of great empires, this phrase fits perfectly. The agony of one's arms being ripped off and the terror of a great ship of state sinking. It truly is the ultimate pincer attack. The reach of this proverbial blade is terrifying.
Yes, but the true terror of these words is hidden on the next page. Did you know there is a continuation to this proverb? An extension that feels like the raw, lived wisdom of our ancestors.
A continuation? You mean there is a deeper abyss beneath this despair?
Achira Tatereba, Kochira ga Tatanu. Ryoho Tatereba, mi ga Tatanu. To please one is to displease the other. To try and please both is to destroy yourself.
To please both is to destroy yourself.
The first half laments the difficulty of the situation, but the second half elevates the phrase from a mere complaint to a harsh life lesson. We want to save face for side A, and we'd like to save face for side B too. We don't want to be hated, we don't want to cause friction, so we act like friends to everyone, struggling to meet both demands at once. But if you keep that up, you eventually end up lying to both sides, and your contradictions will eventually hit a breaking point.
And in the end, your own standing and trust others have in you collapses like a sandcastle. Mi ga Tatanu, it means your own self cannot stand. It is a warning of social seppuku. A weathercock samurai who tries to show a good face to two different lords will be cut down by both as a traitor when war breaks out. If you try to deflect two arrows with a dull blade, your aim will waver, and you'll end up being pierced between the eyes. Even for a serious man like me, there is no truth more terrifying than this.
Indeed, it pierces right through the human desire to be liked. We often choose temporary compromises to avoid small conflicts, but to survive and maintain your integrity in this harsh reality, there comes a time when you must steel yourself and make a decision, one that involves the pain of cutting something away.
This must be true not just in work, but in family as well.
Very much so. For example, when one marries, the opportunities to feel the weight of this proverb increase tenfold. Consider the holidays. If you spend them at the husband's family home, the wife's parents feel lonely. If you prioritize the wife's side, the husband's relatives may look on with cold eyes. Because there is genuine love for both sets of parents, the dilemma is all the more heart-wrenching.
Suffering because of love. How truly tragic.
It's also the daily bread of freelancers and entrepreneurs. If you pursue ultimate quality, the hours balloon and the project becomes unprofitable. If you prioritize profit and speed, your soul as a creator is wounded because the quality isn't there. Quality versus profit. Whichever you choose, the heart stings.
A clash between the artisan's soul and the merchant's calculator. The cyber merchants of Neo-Edo must surely weep tears of blood in that gap. And today, we have that strange new battlefield, the digital realm.
Precisely. The internet and social media have added a massive new dimension to this dilemma. We are constantly exposed to the heated emotions of countless people behind screens. If you speak up on a social issue and agree with one side, arrows of criticism fly from the other. If you try to stay neutral, you are bombarded by both sides for being a bystander or fence-sitter.
The horror of 1,000 invisible blades attacking from every direction. If you try to save everyone's face, you will be drowned in a digital sea in an instant. What a suffocating age we live in. As our freedom of choice has increased, the weight of the armor of responsibility has become heavier than ever.
In a society overflowing with information and choices, we have more freedom, yes, but we also have exponentially more opportunities to be caught in a pincer movement. Because we are free, the responsibility for every decision rests solely on our shoulders. Is there nothing we can do but stand still and sigh in front of this dilemma?
No, absolutely not. I refuse to believe this proverb is a curse meant to push us into despair.
Then, Sakunoshin-sama, how do you see these words?
It is a shout of love from our ancestors, commanding us to cut down the arrogance of trying to do everything perfectly. If trying to please everyone is going to break your heart and leave your body in tatters, then we must have the courage to face the act of choosing head-on. My cyber katana is not just for cutting enemies, it is for cutting through hesitation and deciding on a single path. The Japanese character for decision contains the character for to cut.
To choose one path is to abandon the other. That is a courage that comes with pain.
Precisely. Sometimes you must look deep into your own soul and follow its most honest cry to choose one single path. Of course, you must offer a sincere apology to those not chosen and explain your reasons on bended knee. You cannot avoid temporary friction or anger, but the resolve to live and die by a single honest choice without deception or excuses, that is the only foundation for a true, long-lasting bond of trust. Humans can be tolerant of another's clumsiness, but they will never give their hearts to an insincere weathercock.
I believe you are right. Rather than becoming paralyzed by a search for perfect harmony, we must have the courage to take a step based on our convictions, even if it's imperfect, even if it causes trouble for some. The accumulation of those painful decisions is what refines our humanity and makes our lives deeper and richer.
To please one is to displease the other. These words are the warmth of an ancient sage patting you on the shoulder as you grit your teeth through this suffocating, information-heavy age, whispering, "Don't overdo it, just choose one."
There is no magic wand in this world that can make everyone smile at the same time. Instead of being greedy for both sides, ask yourself, what do I value most in this very moment? Whose face must I honor, and what must I protect?
Perhaps in the quiet of the night, you might stop for a moment and listen to the beat of your own heart.
Only the gods know if the path we chose was the right one. But if it is a path you chose through your own agony and blood-spitting struggle, then even if there is regret, it will become the powerful spring that launches you into tomorrow.
Life is full of questions with no right answers. Your days ahead might not be flat or easy, but even the swaying of your heart between one side and the other is proof that you are living with all your might. I hope that even in your hesitation, you find a light that is uniquely yours and that your life remains fruitful.
Indeed, may the glow of my cyber katana serve as a humble signpost on the path you walk.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through this thick volume of wisdom. It is time to quietly close the pages. I sincerely hope that a peaceful and gentle day finds its way to you all.
Wisdom for You, Heart of Japan, connecting the soul of Japan to the world. Thank you for joining us at Wisdom Hub Japan, brought to you by the Curiosity Archive. We look forward to seeing you in our next chapter. Until next time.
今日の話はいかがでしたか？先人の知恵ことわざはまだまだ続きます。次回好奇心の図書館でお会いしましょう。
またね。
I know I've had my share of dead ends, it's a trend. Early mornings filled with regrets, bad feelings. Those days were fun, but now I hate it. I hate it. I never pinky swore on secrets, my lips sipped from anyone who ever loved me the same back. What's the point if you don't get that? I want it. Are you my last first kiss?